Well, folks, go on and take a good look off to your left at the old Gallagher Square. Go on, take a good look, because you never know, it just might be your last. Well, we're headed down to the tunnel number 1 of the old mine. I want to ask that you remain seated and keep your hands and arms inside the old car at all times. Because these old tunnels are dug kind of low and narrow, and I think you folks still want all your hands. Well, now coming up on the left of the train, you'll be able to see the old mining pages. We use these to transport the many different cargoes to the different levels of this here mine. Now, coming up on the right of the train, you'll be able to get your first glimpse of the famous Palaco Glory Hole. Boy, we sure stuck it rich in there. We uncovered one of the world's largest and richest veins of gold ore. Most old benches coming out here under this overground lake and the Lost River. We found many bodies of water like this in the old mine. And in fact, in some of these old bodies of water, we found flying fish that had never seen the light of day. A real particular type of shore known as squares at temperate. This was invented way back in 1860 by a mining engineer named Philip Didier-Timer. Now, folks, who is this type of shore that made the miner of a famous Comstock Road possible? When they broke another there cavern. Boy, he ain't a pretty one. Just look at all those strange and beautiful formations. Why, folks, just think all it takes is a tiny drop of mineral-bearing water to start a falling. And in about 1,000,000 years, you got one of these great big stalagmites and stalactites. Well, they sure are pretty now, aren't they, folks? Now coming up on the left of the train, you'll soon be able to see the depths of these caverns. Why, they're so deep, we have yet to explore them. You know, to the forward lonely old miner, the dimly lit lantern and the flickering candle were his best. Well, folks, don't want to get a good hold on back there because we're coming out here over this rickety, lovely old tunnel. Now, this shaky old thing was built back in 1880, and I'm sure it freed the whole lot easier once I make it across to the other side. Well, folks, it looks like I'm gonna make it. I sure hope you do too. But if you don't, I'll be thinking about you. Well, we're headed into one of the newer sections of the mine. A couple of miners have been chasing the elevated gold straight to the heart of the mountain. We've been tearing down a lot of blast and diamond, so we're gonna go through some natural intervals. We don't need to return them. That's the safest thing you can do would be to get down on the floor and ignore it on your belly. Oh, guys, it doesn't look safe. I see some broken timbers. They're gonna stop blasting. Hold on. you. Only had 5. Well, folks, this does conclude our little trip to the old Calico mine. I want to thank you for riding with me. Just lift up on those seats right by the door, and I'll get back to help you out.
No.
The sea. We'll let Miller say hello to each and every one of you. We'll let you be the judge of that. Nice job there, Miller. Now, he is a sea lion. He is not a seal, and there are some very important differences between the two. He's going to help us point those out to you today so you could tell the two apart. Now, the first difference is sea lions have tiny little ear flaps on either sides of their head. Now, these ear flaps, they're called external pinnae, and they act in the same function that our own outer ears do. They just funnel sound down into internal organs. Seals don't have this. They just have a tiny pinhole, a lot like a dolphin does. A second difference between the two is the way that they walk on land. Sea lions like Miller possess a rotating hip bone that allows him to tuck his hind flippers up underneath his body so he can walk very gracefully on land. Now, seals, they don't have that rotating hip bone, therefore they move rather slow or sluggish, a lot like an inchworm or a caterpillar. Miller thinks those seals are pretty darn silly, don't you, Miller? In fact, he's got an impression of just how silly those seals can look. Pretty silly there. And they move those in a back and forth motion a lot like an otter does. Well, we'd like to show you just how much strength and power in those front two flippers, so keep your eyes focused on that orange ball. Oh, give a big hand, folks. See it there? Many of you have probably seen sea lions balancing objects such as balls on their noses. Well, they are excellent candidates for that because they have such a strong and flexible neck. Now, in the open ocean, they would use that flexible neck to swim into a school of fish, snap it back and forth very quickly, and try and capture up as many fish as they possibly can. Now, there is something else that helps Miller out. You'll notice when the ball is placed above his nose how the whiskers spray out to touch it. These whiskers, they're called vibrissae, and they are very sensitive nerve endings or feelers. They sense which direction the ball is going. In the open ocean, they use these whiskers to go into little rocks and crevices and find small food items. But they don't actually hold the ball up in any way, except his strong and flexible neck to keep him up and underneath it. So keeping that in mind, let's toss the ball on out and let him show off with some very fancy flipper work. Between sea lion and the trainer is built on a whole lot of love, a whole lot of trust, and of course, a whole lot of fish. In fact, Miller can eat up to 50 pounds of fish a day. He eats smelt, mackerel, capelin, herring, you name it, he eats it. But he doesn't actually chew any of his fish, he swallows it all whole. I'll give you a good example of this. Now you see these, and now you don't. It's really gross there, Miller. Now those canines that you do see in his mouth, those are actually used for sparring with other males. Or if he'd catch really large fish, we'd use those canines to break that fish up into smaller pieces that he could easily swallow. But we like to demonstrate. Oh, what a great big hand for our two very acrobatic animals. As you can see, these two are perfectly adapted for life in the water. Now the fins that they use to wave hello to you with, these are called their pectoral fins. They're used for twisting, turning, and changing directions. Now an interesting fact about these fins, if you were to take an x-ray of them, you would notice that they have 5 digits inside, just like our own hands. Now the shark can blowhole, not from their mouths. Now this first sound, this is going to be coming from Terry, and it sounds a bit like singing. And this last one, now this is Katie's favorite, and it sounds like a motorboat. Well, how about a big hand for these two? I'd like to see all of you try and talk through your noses. Now dolphins do have excellent eyesight, both above and below the surface of the water. Their eyes move independently of one another, as a school of fish or a fast-swimming shark. Now we'd like to demonstrate this excellent eyesight with a behavior called the tandem high jump. It requires the dolphins to go down to the bottom of the pool about 16 feet, then come all the way up and touch Linda's outstretched hands at the top of the tower. Now this does require a lot of timing, eyesight, and coordination on their part. Unique and important characteristic of dolphins is their ability to use echolocation or sonar. Now this is the dolphin's ability to see with sound. They would use this to find other dolphins, to find prey, or to avoid predators. Now how it works, the dolphins emit a series of clicking sounds through their forehead or their melon area. These sounds, they go out, they hit an object, and they bounce back to the dolphin's lower jaw. Now through this process, they're able to tell the size, the shape, and the distance of that object, whether they're playing in the surf near shore or off the wake of a boat. There's an excellent reason for this. It's a way for them to conserve energy and swim almost effortlessly. It also looks to be a whole lot of fun. Now the dolphins enjoy a wide variety of games. One of their favorite games is the one that you see Linda playing throughout the show. It's the water game. They love water being poured into their mouth. Now they're not drinking the water, they're just playing with it. They like ice cubes, all sorts of different toys. And one of their favorite toys are the surfboards back here. But we do sometimes around here, we have innovation sessions. We throw in a whole bunch of toys and we watch and we see what the dolphins do. They started pushing around these blue boards. That look kind of like surfing, so we shaped and expanded upon that. We like to call this their custom-made surfboard, completed with a little surf music, and Terry can catch a wave all on her own. Well, maybe not today. She's going to bring that back over to Linda. What we're going to do right now is we're just going to take a quick time out. We're just going to remove ourselves from the stage here for just a second here. Now basically Terry just chose to ignore that cue and that behavior. So what we do when they ignore us is we just ignore them right back. Now all of our training is based on operant conditioning or positive reinforcement. That simply means we reward the positive behaviors and we ignore the negative behaviors. So when they do something like this, basically this is our only way of telling them when they have done something incorrectly. Now hopefully right now they're thinking a little bit about what they have done incorrectly. 9 times out of 10 this will correct the problem. Now parents, by the way, timeouts work wonders on kids too. We're going to go ahead and try this one more time. We'll get Terry and Katie's attention back over here, and we'll try Terry one more time on this surfboard, and then if she's just not into it, we'll just go ahead and move on with the show. Let's see how she does second time around. use the help from somebody out there in the audience. Well, this is your lucky day. Well, you have a couple of questions to answer first. Can you tell me what your name is? Lakeisha? And how old are you? 8. And where are you from? Hawaii. Did you come over here just to see the dolphin show? Yeah, I thought you did. Okay. Well, now, this is what you volunteered to do. Now, you see that fancy whistle that Linda's been using this whole show? Well, I had one too, but before the show, I'm really clumsy. I slipped, I fell, I dropped my favorite whistle at the bottom of the pool. So what you have volunteered to do is go swim with our dolphins. They'll push you all the way down to the bottom, get my whistle, and bring it back so I don't have to get wet. Okay, are you ready for that? You don't have to take off your shoes, that's okay. They'll push you all the way down there. So on the count of 3, I want you to jump right in there. Are you ready? Okay, 1, 2, 3. She's ready, actually. You have to hold her back. We're just kidding with you. We don't want you to get all wet. What we're gonna do instead is we're gonna bring them up onto the blue mat and you'll get a chance to pet them, okay? So wait right back here with me, and we'll wait till Linda gets their attention and they bring their tails nice and high. Okay, now come on over here and pet Terry. Nice flat hand. Perfect. Now come on over here and pet Katie. Perfect. Very nice. Can you put them back into the water for us? Just go ahead and push them right back in. You know what? They're not going to go in that way. I was just kidding with you. If you give them a great big wave, they'll go right back in. How about a big hand for our volunteer? Not many people ever get to touch a dolphin. Can you tell everybody what they felt like? Soft. Very soft. That's a good description. Well, you're also going to get the chance to feed them. But remember, you have to do everything Linda tells you to do. Because if you don't prepare their diets right, they just won't eat it. So come right up here on the edge of the mat. I want you to hold your right hand out. She's going to give you a fish. Hang on to it really tight. I want you to squeeze it really tight. And remember, these two, they're very picky about their fish. So if you don't prepare it right, they just won't eat it. So we're going to go ahead and... What is she doing to this fish, Linda? You're squishing it. Let go. They're not going to eat it now. It's all squished like that. We better get a fresh one. She was just kidding with you. I bet you play with all your food before you eat it, don't you? All right, let's try this all over again. Now you're going to have to hold this fish by the tail. Hold it by the tail. Come on now, hold it by the tail. This is not an hour-long show. Come on. Okay, now watch what Linda does. She's going to hold it out. Dolphin comes right up and drops it right in. Now this is your dolphin, this is Kate. So get attention, wait, and drop it, drop it. Oh, you're teasing her. When she comes up this time, you gotta drop it, okay? And drop it, there you go, all right. Did you get some fish cuts on your hands? Well, just do what we do and wipe it all over yourself. No, you're a little bit smarter than that. No, you don't need to wipe it on with me. We have one last thing for you to do, though, is turn around, face everyone out there. Can you give everyone a great big bow? All right, how about a big hand for our volunteers? Thank you. Well, sad but true, that does bring us down to the closing of the Dolphin Show. I hope you have enjoyed learning about these animals. Education is very important to us. We're concerned to protect these animals out in the wild. But don't go away just yet. These two have a final set of bows for you. So how about one more hand for Katie and Terry? Thank you, everybody, and please enjoy the rest of your day here at Knott's Berry Farm. Goodbye, everyone.
Vámonos, vámonos. Con la gorda y mi hermana. Yeah, holy talking on the birthday. Where do you think you're going?
Súbele la pierna, mijo. Súbele la pierna.
Really good, dude. Whoa there, big fella. I think you've gone far enough.
A una
Vamos, Rosa. Vamos a la foto. Tome, Rosa. ¡Muévete!
Voltea y mírala. Voltea y mírala. Voltea y mírala.
Thank you.
So first you're going to go over. You're going to go over your head behind you. And then you're going to go under your legs. Okay, so the person behind you needs to grab the ball. Hey, blue team, keep going. See if they'll catch on there. There you go. Blue team got it. Alright, now you're going to do that as fast as you possibly can. You're going to do that 2 times. So it's going to start with the weebie, and it's going to end with the weebie. Now it's called the over and under game, because that's how it goes. Over and under. It doesn't go over, over, under, under. Oh, you got to get over your son too, I guess. Oh, let's slow you down a little. Keep going. Put it on your ground. There you go. On your mark. Get set. And go. I said you could Now when all you guys are done, you need to...
Nobody has 2, 4, 3. We'll pick another number. Oh, I'll take it. I can do it. Oops. He wants to take it. Okay, we'll pick another number. 300. 300. Scott? Okay. Good. All right, next number. 217. 217. Nobody has 217?
It has to be the person before me.
There's a beautiful regalia of the jaguar, of the ocelot. The Aztec people and the Mayan people have a great respect for this animal, which is the hunter of the night. She has a beautiful copili. Copili we call in the Aztec language the headpiece. It's made with the long feathers that come from the golden bison. And the rooster, she has a beautiful head of the ocelot. Please give a round of applause to Susie for the beautiful regalia they share with us. These are the Aztec Indian dancers from Mexico. We are very happy to share the culture with all of you. We'd like to also say thank you to Susie for the beautiful blessing, to the 4 directions, to the 4 cardinal points. It was dedicated to the 4 colors of people and to the 4 elements that we need to live. In the Aztec language, we call the sun Tonatiuh. To the Mother Earth, we call Tonantzin. The air that we breathe, we call Hecatl. And the water that we drink, we call Atl. So we are grateful to these elements to give us life. Mexicantiago, let's give her an applause, Susie. Thank you. the instruments that we have over here, the Colombian instruments, we're going to play for you. Fathers, boys, or ancestors. In the Mayan language, we call Zacatán. We have the rain sticks, the ocean drums. And Susie's going to explain a little bit more about it. Thank you.
Gracias, Lázaro. As Lázaro was saying, all the instruments that you see being used here, these are all the same traditional instruments.
about to go to Knott's Berry Farm.
We're about to go to Knott's Berry Farm still.
We are, aren't we?
I didn't know. Chiquitamente.
Que no se vaya a salir. Mini. I don't know.
Cabeza, mucho.
Yo no los veo.
No, es muy difícil.
From Ghost Town, we wind ourselves into wild water wilderness, home of the wildest and longest man-made whitewater river ride there is, Bigfoot Rapids. You are guaranteed to get wet, quite possibly even drenched. Next to Bigfoot Rapids is Knott's award-winning Mystery Lodge.
Oh, that's not too good. No, it's not. Well, I'll think about it.
Okay, I'll take both of them. You think of it. Oh. You aren't getting any supper tonight. Yeah.
Yeah.